Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond walking you to yet another second and 10 football thing. We're doing the AFL, the 1967 AFL replay. We're setting up a tournament for qualification for the 128 team tournament with NFL, AFL, and a couple of non NFL / AFL teams in it. So to qualify for the 128 man tournament, you have 118 spots taken by either Super Bowl winners or Super Bowl losers. I have all the rosters, the 59 winners and the 59 losers. So it's 118, and then there's 10 spots open. Uh, we did a thing about the qualifications for the teams from the AAFC in the 40s, the World Football League of the 70s, the USFL of the 80s, one year of World League of American Football, anyway, 2010 UFL, the United Football League, the XFL, and then all of NFL Europe from 97 to 07. Those 23 teams were put in a pool. Two teams qualified from there, and the teams were the 1948 Browns from the AAFC and the 1999 Rhine Fire from NFL Europe. So they're in the tournament, and that makes 120. The eight more teams to be picked. Two teams from the AFL era, and all that from 1960 to 69, the playoff winners and two teams from there will be going to a tournament format to qualify. And then, well, you got a team from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s in the NFL. There will be a couple of tournaments of the NFL champions and all that to settle. As of right now, the 50s team is set in stone for the 57 Lions and the 60s team for the 64 Browns. Reason being is because Detroit and Cleveland have not been to the Super Bowl, alongside Jacksonville and Houston. So 28 of the 32 franchises in the NFL today have at least one Super Bowl appearance, and of course, will get one of their teams in. Whereas, of course, the 16. So Detroit and Cleveland have never been to the Super Bowl. So the 57 Lions and the 64 Browns, the last time they won NFL titles are, if any Detroit team in the 30s or 40s win, then the 50s will be freed up for Cleveland to try to qualify from there, and then we may have 60s turn of NFL champions pre-Super Bowl, granted. The 99 Jaguars and the 2019 Texans are your Jacksonville and Houston representatives. Jacksonville, 14-2 that year, should have went to the Super Bowl, being the one seed in the AFC, but lost to the Titans, against the Titans. And the 2019 Texans, the best Houston team around. The Texans have never been to a conference championship. All right, so we have 9 teams in the AFL, just like last time, 5 times 4. Now, if Oakland does win the AFL championship, the 67 Raiders, then it's null and void. The season technically is null and void because Oakland was the team in 67 that won. Yes, but this was also the second year of the Super Bowl between AFL and NFL. So logically, I'm going to only play the season. And this time I'm going to catch the win right there. Catch the win. Perfecto. 3 matchups. Oakland looks like they're going to win. Kansas City's 8-6. We could go double wildcards. It depends if Miami wins. Well, the Jets, 13 games. Well, Boston's yet to play. The Jets are trying to keep first place in the East alive. Well, we know that Oakland, San Diego, Kansas City are the top 3 in the West, especially Oakland being 12-1. So, yeah, San Diego second, Kansas City third. Kansas City's third. I'm thinking 2 wild cards because an 8-6 Kansas City Chiefs team. And all that. And because they didn't win the AFL title, if they won the AFL title, I say screw that. We might, but I don't know if I put a Miami team in there. Miami has to do well against Houston. Buffalo, Oakland's meaningless. Oakland crushed Buffalo in divine powder. Jets and Chargers a little bit meaningful. Actually, it is meaningful because if the Jets win in San Diego, then the Jets get the 1 seed in the East. So yeah, Miami has to beat Houston. Well, the Jets are trying to get that 1 seed in the East. San Diego, well, that game doesn't really matter, but to the Jets it does. But just like last time, we'll auto play, and the Jets beat San Diego, so the Jets are guaranteed to be first place in the East, San Diego will be second behind Oakland, and then Kansas City will have to wait. So it's Oakland, San Diego, Kansas City. If Miami beats Houston, then it's 2 wild cards, and Kansas City will get their chance. Otherwise, I'm not going to put a 5-9 team in. And unfortunately for Miami, they couldn't beat Houston. So Houston wins. They're second in the East behind the Jets. Oakland number 1, San Diego number 2 in the West. Kansas City would be 8-6. However, because the second wild card in the East is Miami and they're 5-9 and they're shit, I am going to only give 1 wild card. So I feel bad for Kansas City, but that's the way it goes. And I hiccup 1 wild card. Yep. Yep. Los Angeles. Los Angeles has hosted. Yeah, Los Angeles has hosted an AFL thing. San Francisco. So San Francisco will get to host the AFL thing from Candlestick Park. So San Fran will love to see this happen. They like to go on the West Coast. Anyway, Houston, Jets, San Diego, Oakland. Well, Oakland has to lose at some point. If Oakland does not win against San Diego or whoever comes out of the East, then that team will, then the AFL will be represented. Otherwise, it's an X. Jets go first.
Clipping. Offense. Timeout offense.
Flag on the play.
Illegal use of hands. Defense. First down.
Flag on the play.
Illegal formation. Offense.
Legal formation.
Touchdown, Oilers.
Caldwell, we see the lot, a punt return, touchdown, and the Oilers are winning. I don't believe it. How the heck did Caldwell get that ball for a punt return?
Good.
Talking the Jets in New York, Gary Cardwell, the punt return for a touchdown. Of all things, I thought the Jets were going to go for it. Jets and Jets like that. That's there. The late 77-yard punt return by Farwell with 12 seconds left. Game is 18 for 16. And they're at 7 for 25. What a pathetic performance by a winning quarterback. Diablo Benanco can't. Brandon had a pick 6 to make it 14-10. Really important got the field goal. Their name is the Laments. I think those field goals were critical because the Jets were expecting that clock. I know of what I speak. And now Oakland. Well, the Raiders were the AFL champions and got to Super Bowl II. So if Oakland does beat San Diego and then Houston, then it's an X. Then no team can pass in 1967. Monica at quarterback. Got out of position. Dixon cut down. He was running the ball. Bill Miller. Not sure what they turned out receivers. Like on CBS. G'd up Shaw. Mentioned Jim Mondo. The Chargers. On Billings. Scott Appleton. Christian Richard. Rick Redmond. Frank Runcup. And Jeff States. Linebackers. Speedy Duncan. Brad Hubbard and Gene Foster started at running back. Lance Oliver, Bambi, Arkansas, Arizona Corporation receivers. Pretty great, Gary. Here and there, Sam Hughes and Alex Speaker corner and defensive line. Defensive line, Matt Davidson, Dan Birdwell, Tom Keating, and Lassiter. Linebackers, Bessado, Will Lassiter, and Connors. And Clarko, Roger Bird, Kelly Williams, and Kate Grant. Holman,
Touchdown, Raiders.
Good. No good.
Touchdown, Raiders.
The extra point is good.
Touchdown, Raiders. Good.
Up by 3 touchdowns. Still good coaching. Might as well get Hastings.
First down.
I've been playing the CFL for he's a coach in the CFL. I think he was the coach before. I think he was the coach before Tampa.
Flag on the play.
Pass interference. Offense.
Well, that's Miller 26, receiving the ball 8-11 to 20 with 7:39. This wasn't his day. Teddy picked up the first 7 points and they gave up an extra 5. Well, we're off to San Francisco. The Candlestick Park for this game. Houston, Oakland. Here we go. Daryl Lobotica, my quarterback,
Flag on the play.
Illegal formation. Offense.
Definitely qualify for the AFL Trny. They're not the AFL. They weren't the AFL champs in 1967. That's 68. Local wins that did not influence
Touchdown, Raiders. Good. Touchdown, Raiders. That's good. Touchdown, Raiders.
Holding. Defense.
Touchdown, Raiders. That's good. Flag on the play.
False start. Offense.
Good.
Timeout. Offense.
The kick is good. Touchdown, Raiders. This is good.
First flag of the
Flag on the play.
Offsides. Offense. First down.
Touchdown, Raiders. The extra point is good.
Combined passing yards. 46. Dixon at 46 rushing yards. Yeah. Dixon got a field goal in the second quarter, but that wasn't it. It was like nothing. 28-3. Oh, that's a blowout. Everybody knows Oakland was going to do it, but Houston thought they were clever. They beat the Jets, so it's like, we're going to be a superstar. But the Candlestick Park fans, you knew Houston was in hostile territory. And that's what happened. So anyway, yeah, the 67 Raiders did that. I might put them in as spoilers, if you will. But I want two old AFL teams in just to add some AFL flavor, if you will. I'll probably do that. I should. Never mind. 68. 68 AFL is like the year the Jets won. So if the Jets don't win the tournament, whoever wins this thing does get in. And a 10th team, Cincinnati, gets into the AFL. People forget that the Bengals were an AFL team. I forgot too. But yeah, Cincy's in the West. Smart move. Actually, yeah, Cincy has to be out West because they're in Ohio. So yeah, the Bengals play in the AFL. So it's 5 teams each. I feel bad for Kansas City because they technically got screwed. Well, they're 8-6, but it doesn't matter. I don't think they would have won it out. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.